Hello everyone, welcome back to Auto Trend TV. I am your Viprajesh again, and today I am here with the all-new 6-seater MG Hector Plus top spec Sharp diesel variant. I am going to take a detailed test drive of this brand new 6-seater in the market and judge its performance on Coimbatore roads. So let's go on for a detailed test drive. Yes folks, right now I'm inside the new MG Hector Plus diesel Sharp variant and I'm going to start the test drive. Before that, let me just judge the NVH by starting the engine. And that is how the engine sounds. This is the very same 4-cylinder Fiat Multijet, a 2-liter turbocharged diesel engine which produces 170 PS of power and a maximum torque of 350 Newton meters through a 6-speed manual transmission on the MG Hector and the Hector Plus. So the NVH is good. It is not very intrusive. It is reasonably good, and the engine feels smooth as well. So let's start driving. Let me just turn on the aircon. So that's all. The first impression is that the clutch is heavy. There is no other word for that. It is heavy. You need to get adjusted to the clutch because it feels heavy when you compare with even similar cars which use the same engine, such as the Jeep Compass. It is on the same level. The hardness is same level. So people who have already gotten used to the Jeep Compass and the Tata Harrier will find this absolutely the same. So nothing in that. And the steering wheel is really brilliantly light. It is very easy to use. You can basically use just one finger to twirl it. So that is how good it is. And let me just get to the main road. So there is a bit of turbo lag. There is just a wee bit of turbo lag. And once you cross 1500 RPM, be it in any gear, it responds amazingly. There is a surge of power. The mid-range is very strong, and it is really strong. You within no time you are just going 80 and 100, so it is that good. As you can see, I've got a reasonably free stretch over here, and that it is. I'm easily doing 80, and that's it. I'm easily doing 90. So that is how easy this car is to drive. Driving position is good. The overall commanding driving position is there, and the suspension is also very compliant even on rough roads. It is an easy car to drive. It is so good. Even though being such a long SUV, it is fairly easy to drive for everyone. So yeah, I'm now driving in the city now, and of course the plus point of this engine is that you've got amazing level of torque on the mid-range, and you can just go on cruising along even in city traffic. The difficulty comes only when you are doing very low speeds, say in second gear or first gear, in stop-go traffic. That is where you have to use the clutch often, and the clutch will definitely feel a bit heavy. So as you can see, I am driving on Avinashi Road in Coimbatore, and the car is fairly easy to drive because I have gotten used to driving diesel engines, and this feels not at all any different. It is beautiful to drive. The clutch is a bit heavy, but still the car is enjoyable to drive. It has got strong mid-range. As you can see, you can easily pass the signals, and the gear shifts are also reasonably slick. Within no time I am doing 80. This engine is really very strong, and I mean it. Even if you are doing above 120, 140, this engine is beautiful in terms of performance, and it will still have a lot of performance to serve you. So that is how good it is. However, there is a bit of wallowiness to the suspension at certain higher speeds. If you cross 60, you will feel that wallowiness because the suspension is a little bit too soft for such a heavy SUV. Even though it is so comfortable at lower speeds, it can be a little bit bouncy, or I should say wallowy, rolly. There is a bit of body roll. There is a significant bit of body roll on curves. The front may be far more composed, but the rear is definitely a little bit wallowy. So you will feel the wallowiness of the suspension. But overall, this is a beautiful suspension. It is very soft, set up for comfort. So I recommend that you do not try cornering using this car, because it is a very heavy SUV with a very soft suspension setup. So as you can see, it can be a little bit a size larger for city usage, but still it is okay. It is manageable. I mean, it is definitely shorter in length and overall size when you compare with the Innova, and it is marginally easier as well. As you can see, folks, I am in the second row of the MG Hector Plus 6-seater, and this is excellent in terms of comfort. These are captain seats, as you can see. These are individual captain seats which provide absolutely beautiful comfort, excellent thigh support all around, and they are the seats where you want to be in this car. And of course, this car also has third row seats, but definitely the third row seats are not what you expect. They are not the best in terms of overall comfort or long drive capability, especially for children. They are just for children. Adults cannot be very comfortable over there, but these back seats are beautiful. The ride quality can be a bit wallowy, as I already said, in the back seat especially, but this is an excellent highway cruiser. So let's just conclude this review once we get to the showroom. Before we conclude this review, let's just take a quick glance of the exterior and interior of the new MG Hector Plus top spec Sharp variant. The MG Hector Plus gets a different front fascia when you compare with the 5-seater. However, on the sides, both the cars look almost exactly the same. You even get the very same 17-inch alloy wheels with all-wheel disc brakes and roof rails with a panoramic sunroof. At the back too, there are clear visual differences when you compare with the 5-seater, and overall the Hector Plus looks marginally cleaner and better than the 5-seater. Even though both the versions share the same body shell, the Hector Plus 6-seater is marginally longer than the 5-seat version. And of course, in terms of features as well, both the cars are equally matched. The Hector Plus 6-seater carries forward the exact same interior design layout seen on the 5-seat version. You get the very same portrait-style large touchscreen infotainment system, the exact same leather-wrapped steering wheel, and even the same 7-inch color TFT instrument cluster. However, the Hector Plus 6-seater gets a dual-tone treatment for the interior with a tan and black combination. You of course get features such as interior ambient mode lighting, voice command functions, cruise control, automatic headlamps, automatic wipers, leather upholstery with powered seats, and LED lamps. Getting into the back seat, while the Hector Plus carries forward the exact same massive panoramic sunroof, you get the major difference in the shape of captain chairs for the second row. These seats are of course exceptionally comfortable while also offering rear AC vents. While the boot space may not be generous with all 6 passengers in place in the MG Hector Plus, the third row seats are actually flat folding, which when folded can easily create around 600 liters of boot space. However, the third row seats themselves are properly cramped and suitable only for children. So the Hector Plus is best suited for a growing family than a joint family. Additionally, the Hector Plus 6-seater also gets a swipe to open and swipe to close mechanism for the powered tailgate. So that was a detailed test drive review of the all-new 6-seater MG Hector Plus diesel manual variant. I think that it is an excellent highway cruiser and provides great comfort for 4 adults and 2 children. It is also amazing value for money given the fact that it provides a whole lot of safety and convenience features as standard. So the pricing is on the screen for you to check out the MG Hector Plus diesel range. Meanwhile, this is Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.